Never in a million years have I thought that I would watch a movie about K-pop and demon hunting and will think that it's the most amazing shit I have ever seen in my life. Seriously, this movie blew me out of the water. I still can't believe how good and well produced this movie is. So let's talk about it. I'm going to divide this video into 3 parts. The first part is going to be talking a little bit about my opinion and what I thought was really cool about the movie. The second one, I'm going to divide to a little bit of details. Some things that you may have missed that add a bit to the lore and just make the movie more interesting. And lastly, I'm going to talk about what I think would be a great way to continue this franchise forward and make Netflix a lot of money and keep the viewers entertained. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so let's talk about this movie, bro. If you haven't watched it though, stop what you're doing right now and go watch this shit. I cannot recommend it enough. It is peak cinema. Spoilers ahead though, be warned. So for those who have watched the movie and need a little jogging on their memory, I'll help you right now. The movie follows the story of Rumi, Mira, and Zoe, 3 hunters whose main objective is to steal the Golden Honmun to stop Gima, the almighty demon king from ever reigning on Earth. But Gima ain't letting that shit slide easy. So he sends a demon boy band to fight the hunters, the Saja boys.
The fans.
Throughout the movie, we learn that Rumi is a demon and we see her bonding with Jinu, the leader of the Saja boys. We learn that Jinu sold his fam for money and power, and now he wants to redeem himself. The reason Rumi fights so hard and pushes releases like the Golden Release is because she thinks the Golden Honmun can cure her. Thanks, Celine. The movie then follows their battle as the Saja boys steal the fans and the hunters stop the demon's attack. Climaxing at the Idol Awards, where they are going to perform their amazing new song, Golden. But of course, Jinu is a little bitch, so he sends 2 demons to sabotage Rumi, exposing her for being a demon. We then see the trio kind of fight it off as Rumi runs away to ask Celine to kill her. Fuck you, Celine. Then we see the Saja boys go in and perform their idol to seal the deal and steal all the fans from Gima. But of course, Rumi appears, uses the power of singing and friendship to win the battle, sealing a new home, a rainbow one. Now, what do I think about the movie? Honestly, 9.7 out of 10. This movie was almost so close to perfection. My problem is I hate musicals. Like, I'm sorry, I cannot like those type of genres, bro. Like, we can be following this random ass man, bro. Bro finna start doing dishes, and all of a sudden, he dancing. Like, gang, we do not care, bro. It ain't that deep. It's just dishes, bro. For real. But thankfully, K-pop Demon Hunters actually manages to integrate every song it produces. It gives a reason behind them singing. They aren't singing cause, shit, why not, but some moves on these demons, bro. Their whole power is based off singing. Exhibit A, how it's done. They are literally performing while doing a video clip of sorts. Then they fall off into their show. Like, they're singing not just because they want to sing, but they're singing because they need to sing to help the Honmun grow. Exhibit B, Golden. It shows up first as a video clip, then as a performance. Exhibit C, your idol and what it sounds like. The Saja boys are trying to hypnotize everybody by singing, and the Huntress is singing to free everybody and restore the hum. Heck, even Soda Pop has a connection in the plot development, because it's the first of the Saja boys' song. It's literally their way to present themselves to everybody. And not gonna lie, every song of this movie was an absolute banger. Like, bro, you cannot tell me Golden was not peak with that high-ass voice, or your idol take down what it sounds like. Heck, even fucking Soda Pop, which is just catchy. Which is not even that good. They're all top trending on Spotify and breaking records for a reason. Not only is the song absolute certified bangers, the animation is insane. Like, it is out of this world, bro. Like Sunny Beyond a redemption arc or something, because Spider-Verse, the Mitchells vs. the Machines, and now K-pop Demon Hunters, like, they being paid, bro, finally. Every fight scene, every talk scene, the animation is fluid, the graphics are immaculate, and the details, man, out of the water. Like, every single background character has some trait of personality, something unique. And if it wasn't enough, the Korean culture integrated in this movie off the charts, some of their best work yet. The plot is nothing to shy away from as well. Fucking hell, it's more than a breath of fresh air. It's absolutely awesome. But it's not like the movie doesn't have cliches, which, by the way, is the whole point of the movie. Like, the whole movie felt like a 2010 Prime Pixar movie. It was cliche from beginning to end. Like, bro, we all have seen enemies to lovers before. We've all seen the power of friendship. But they do it exactly because they want to be cliche. They don't want to try and reinvent the wheel, like half of these newer movies and series coming out. It tries to be cliche. turns it up to 11, and makes it spot on. What I love the most about this movie is that it doesn't shy away from being goofy. It makes the characters look weird and cringe, and that is what makes it have a charm. Because it doesn't overdo seriousness, it does its cringy perfectly. Like, you cannot tell me these faces are in peak goofball behavior, bro. This movie is perfect. Well, close to it. The only thing I have with this movie is the part where Gino and Rumi start floating in a 2010 Windows 7 static background. Like, bro, you can flex your new iPhone 8 background, stop floating. That song was so random and out of the blue, like, it's just caught me off guard, man. But thankfully, it was a banger. So I'm gonna let it slide. And the other things is how rushed was the movie. Like, we barely got to know any of the characters besides Rumi and Gino. Like, we know nothing of Zoe and Mira, nothing of Salim, nothing of Rumi's mom or dad. We don't even know anything about the Saja boys. Nothing. But I'm gonna let it slide too, because I know Netflix be producing a second movie and not letting this be a one-hit banger. Anyways, absolute cinema out of 10. Random drop, no one saw being this good. Okay, so after that quickie obsession about the movie, it's time we talk about the details of this film. The Korean accuracy and everything it brings for this movie. The first thing that caught my eye was Derpy and Susie. I thought it had some connection with Korean culture, but I just couldn't put my finger on it. That's when I researched a bit and I discovered that they are inspired by Korean folk art and mythology, specifically the Jakhodo, Tiger and Magpie, paintings from the Joseon dynasty. These characters are not arbitrary additions, but are deeply rooted in Korean cultural traditions, reimagined with a modern twist for the film. Jakhodo, also called the Hojakto or Kakachi Horangi, is a style of Korean folk painting, minhwa, from the late Joseon period. These paintings depict a tiger and a magpie, together often in a humorous or satirical manner. In these artworks, the tiger is portrayed as bumbling, foolish, or confused, with exaggerated features like large startled eyes and a lolling tongue, while the magpie appears dignified, clever, and composed, often perched on a pine branch. Now, Derpy, the blue tiger, embodies the goofy, lovable tiger of Jakhodo, with a snaggletooth grin and a tendency to try and fail to fix overtuned objects, reflecting the clumsy yet enduring nature of the tiger in his paintings. While Susie, the magpie, wears a tiny gat, a traditional Korean scholar's hat, which Jinu knows was made for the tiger, but stolen by the bird.
Okay, so I've been meaning to ask, why does the bird wear a tiny hat?
I made it for the tiger, but the bird keeps taking it.
Directly referencing the playful dynamic in Jakhodo, where the magpie often outsmarts the tiger. But not only that, in Jakhodo paintings, the tiger and magpie serve as allegories for social dynamics during the Joseon dynasty. The tiger, traditionally a powerful guardian in Korean folklore, was depicted as foolish to symbolize the corrupt or out-of-touch Yangban. The magpie, representing the common people, was shown as wise and cunning, poking fun at the ruling class. This visual irony was a form of social commentary, allowing commoners to subtly critique the oppressive Confucian class system. In the film, Derpy and Susie reflect this dynamic. Derpy's bumbling nature and Susie's cleverness mirrored the satirical interplay of the folks' paintings. The film uses this to add humor and cultural depth, with Susie's hat-stealing gag being an affectionate nod to the long-running visual joke of Jakhodo. When I learned that shit, so much clicked. Like the tiger following after Rumi and Jinu, because they are not only demons, which in this case could be the elite class, but because they are the leaders of each respective band, being a goofball and a guardian to these characters. But not only that, like in the folklore, being a representation of corruption, in this case the demon markings. And as if it wasn't enough, the bird mocks the higher classes when it flies past Rumi and steals a hat from the tiger, multiple times, which is an insane pull. No one saw that is such a cool detail. Not only that, but we can also see detail in the Saja boys. They also pay homage to the Grim Reaper, since the translation of Saja is lion, which is seen under band logo, but also part of the word Joseon Saja, which translates to Grim Reaper, basically putting the Saja boys as the ones who leads the soul to the afterlife. We can also find meaning on the word Grima. Grima in Korean has a different meaning. In Korean, Gri generally means ghost or spirit, specifically referencing a human spirit that remains on earth after death. And Ma signifies evil or demon, often using words like Akma, which means devil, which combined form Gima, an all-powerful demon king. I could go on about these details and talk about their choice of clothing and how well crafted the choreography for this movie is and how much it takes from Kpop. And I could also talk about the TV shows that appear in the movie. You know, the moment they are dressed as babies and chug hot sauce. I could talk about them, but I'm lazy as fuck, so let's just move on. Alright, so for this last part, I wanted to talk about what I would love to see for the next install of this movie, and what I think the sequels should look like. First off, I don't think we should only get one more movie, but two. The second movie should talk about the Sunlight Sisters' past and the backstories of Zoe and Mira. Because when we think about it, all we really know about Mira is that she's a problem child, and from Zoe is that she's from Burbank, USA, and her parents are probably divorced. Hence the lyrics in Golden. I lived two lives, try to play both sides, but I couldn't find my own place. I think the movie should have as the main plot showing Huntrix in the early days. Starting the movie with Celine scouting for possible new hunters and finding Zoe and Mira. I like to see how Celine convinces Zoe and Mira to join the hunters. Then we get a training arc, where Celine goes and teaches the girls how to use the Hunmoon to craft weapons. Almost like having a test ride, so that they can see what style of weapons suits each best. I'd also like to see Huntrix trying their hand at demons. And in the beginning, we see them not really as friends, but simply as colleagues. Basically, when they find demons, it'd be cool to see Mira fighting on her own, and pushing Zoe and Rumi away. Zoe trying to help Mira and Rumi trying to lead them. Eventually talking and becoming closer until the climax of the movie, where they fight a really strong demon. And the only way they beat him is by joining forces and fighting together, bringing them even closer. As a subplot, I would love to see the Sunlight Sisters and Rumi's father and mother's backstory, as well as how Rumi's mom died. Like I said, we know nothing, so a movie dedicated to answering questions and helping us understand will be nice. Now for the third installment, it should continue from where the first movie stopped. Basically, I think that it should start with Rumi thinking about what Genius said. That demons aren't bad, they're miserable, all they do is feel their guilt and everything. I think she would be having flashbacks on that. Then, she will be wanting to go to the underworld to free the demons, but doesn't know how. She communicates the thought with Mira and Zoe and tells them about her relationship with Genius. At first, they are reluctant and don't even know how it will work. That is when Rumi remembers Derpy and Susie. She knows Derpy can, quote-unquote, phase through the Hunmoon and go to the demon realm. So they embark Derpy and go fight Grima on his land. It doesn't work, obviously. They get badly injured, and as they are about to die and lose the Hunmoon, someone saves them, hops on Derpy, and leaves. Now here depends on who you want to bring back. You could say that the Saja boys save her, since Baby and Romance probably went back to the demon realm after they restored the Hunmoon. And you could also bring Jinyu back by seeing that when he gave his soul to Rumi, he became part of the Hunmoon. And since Derpy can phase quote-unquote through it, Derpy found him and brought him back. But I believe the best option to be Rumi's father. Basically in the second movie, they could show us that Rumi's dad didn't die and he saves her from the demon realm, as we get a father-daughter bonding time. Now I don't know which of these ideas will be cool, since I think if Gino comes back, it will mitigate his sacrifice. And the Saja boys coming back would also be kinda weird, but I don't know. Now, I don't know about the rest of the movie, but I think the ending could be either the Huntrix sacrifices himself in the last attempt to kill Grima, succeeding on it, and then freeing all demons, with the Saja boys going in a new Kpop career and the Huntrix's Avengers Tower kind of becomes amusing. Or I don't know, power of friendship and everyone is happy. It's your call, to be honest. Now, I was going to talk about the fandom and kind of criticize it, but in the end of the day, it's something that is just going to add more time to the video that nobody will really care, so I decided against it. But if you guys want a dedicated video to that, I can make one. K-pop Demon Hunters really is a phenomenon. It brought people that don't even like K-pop to watch this movie. It broke records with the best music being a top 1 global on Spotify for over a month now. And it's just everything about it. It's amazing. I really enjoyed the self-acceptance plot. I really enjoyed the Korean accents and details. And I think this movie is going to be remembered for a very long time. But what do you guys think? Please let me know in the comment section below. What is your guys' opinion on the movie? I would love to hear something. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.